Hey there, this is Steph Stanford, and you're listening in today because you want to know the 5 questions to help you find out who you are and what to do next. Pink, hot pink, flashy, glittery, sparkly hot pink. That's my favorite color. Well, now, it hasn't always been. I can look back over my life and see at a different time I chose soft, soothing light blue. It was the color I needed at that time in my life. You see, light blue inspires its wearer and the people who look at it to feel peaceful and calm. And that's what I needed during that time in my life, just to deal with my own circumstances. My parents were both ill. They were both sick and dying of cancer, and I was just 16. Light blue was what I needed to breathe. I surrounded myself with it. My carpet was baby blue. The wallpaper in my room had little hints of baby blue. It was all around because I needed it. That phase of my life called for pale, soothing, quieting baby blue. Phoenix, Arizona. It was a big girl's first time away from home. Oh, I mean, really away. Yes, I had been on lots of vacations, but this was my big chance to move hundreds, well, even thousands of miles away from the security of my youth. It was my chance to start over after a really hurtful marriage. It was my time to go back to college after dropping out and begin again. But moving away and starting over, it ain't always that easy, y'all. It was liberating and I was growing like a wildflower, but it was also a scary time because I was growing. I was encountering new every day, new attitudes, and some of them were negative, new people, some of them were narrow-minded, new circumstances, where I was unfamiliar with how to solve problems, something I had done with ease over the last 20 years because I had been living in one place. Black. Yes, black was my new favorite color. Really, Stephanie? Black was your favorite color? Yeah, because I needed black. Wearing black made me feel empowered and strong, and it reassured me that I could do it, that I could make it through new everything. Black helped me puff out my chest and stand a little taller when I felt so scared inside that I just wanted to hide under the sheets. Black was my favorite color because I needed it. I needed black for strength and courage and determination at that time. Hot pink with sparkle. That's where I am today. My favorite colors are a combination of hot pink and sparkle. And when you combine those two, well, honey, pow! I love it so much. In fact, I might have a tendency to overdo it just a bit. I might be in danger of becoming one of those little old ladies. The one who wears the sparkle tracksuit with the baseball cap with sparkles. Yeah. Okay, I'm not there yet, but it could happen. Hot pink and sparkle mean something to me because I need them. Those colors reinforce who I have become. Well, who's that? I've become myself. See, I've always been this bubbly, bright, bouncy, shiny girl. But now I'm entertaining and silly, and I'm still fun. Well, what does that mean? It means that I have again grown. I've transitioned into another new phase in my life. I live in Florida, and I've replaced snow boots for flip-flops. I no longer work in corporate America. I've replaced heels and those restrictive jackets for jeans and a polo. And I've started to use my gifts to help others. I've just accepted that I love speaking and teaching and inspiring and helping. And in all of that, I like to be fun. My gift is teaching people to see their own beauty. Now, that beauty can be on the outside, but it's not just that. It includes their strengths and their talents, the ones that they are supposed to share with the world. In fact, it always involves them being honest with themselves and taking a deep look inside to find out just who they are, what's so great about them, and then deciding, taking a stand to share their gifts too. It's all about helping somebody else. So, why did I tell you all this about my favorite colors over the years? It was to show you this. The job you chose, the career you chose, the relationships that you chose are a reflection of who you were. Your ideas about who you are always expanding, and they're always changing, and they're always reflecting where you are at that moment. So there's no need to go back and beat yourself up over what choices you made yesterday. Those choices you made, you needed to make. Just like I needed to like baby blue in my youth, and black in Phoenix, and sparkly pink right now. If you're in a position where you feel off balance, stuck, maybe not sure of your next step, it's because you're expanding and you're growing and you're changing your favorite color. You're starting to make those moves that will allow you to share your gifts in a new way. It's so uncomfortable when you're changing, I'll admit that, but it's also beautiful because you're getting one step closer to your destiny, and your destiny is to fully and completely embrace who you are. That can be expressed in a lot of ways. It doesn't mean that you have to leave your job, start a business, leave your husband, and move to Los Angeles. What it means is this. If you're feeling a lot of fear right now, or sadness, or worry, if you're wondering, am I on the right path? What am I supposed to do next? Those feelings are signals. You're being asked by the universe to take a look inside. You're being asked to be honest about what wonderful, beautiful gifts you've been hiding just because you're afraid to take them out. Now, it's great to talk about how you feel and what it all means. That does help you get things right. But what helps more is actually doing something about it. So I'm challenging you. I am challenging you to do the following exercise for 5 days and then take a look at how you feel and what you've learned. If you'll devote just a few minutes a day to you, then you can find all those answers. You know those questions you've been asking. You want to know, why am I here? What job am I supposed to do next? Can I really be blank? Can I really do blank? You've got lots of questions you ask. I know you think about them all the time, but instead of doing something, you've just been thinking. Well, like I said, honey, it's time for you to stop just thinking and start doing. So here's your exercise. Here are your questions. I want you to repeat this exercise every morning for 5 days straight. You'll write down your responses to these questions, and at the end of 5 days, go back and read it all, because your answers have been right there inside of you all along. But now you're ready. You're ready to acknowledge them. Your answers are your strengths. So here we go. When you first wake up in the morning, before you've even fully opened your eyes, I want you to ask yourself these 5 questions. 1. What have I been hiding about myself? Then listen. Don't think. Listen. What have I always wanted to try, but have been afraid to try? Then listen. Don't think. Listen. What aspect of myself is wonderful that I don't share with the world, or at least not most of it? Then listen. Don't think. Listen. If I did it, if I shared it, just a little, how would it make me feel? And last, what is the smallest way that I can share it to make somebody else's way a little bit easier? I'm going to repeat those 5 questions. 1, what have I been hiding about myself? 2, what have I always wanted to try but have been afraid to try? 3, what aspect of myself is wonderful that I don't share with the world, or at least not most of it? 4, if I did share it, just a little, how would it make me feel? 5, what is the smallest way that I can share it to make someone else's way a little easier? Okay, you have your 5 questions. When you first wake up, think about these things. Then write exactly what you feel, exactly what you hear, the first things that come into your mind. It doesn't matter if they make sense, you just write it. Write anything you hear. If you hear, well, I've been hiding my fun. I laugh loud and I don't let that out at work. Well, write that down. If you hear, I am such a great cook. I've always wanted to share my desserts with the world. My lemon pound cake is better than the grocery store, honey. Write that down. If you hear, the smallest way I can share it is to bake my lemon pound cake and take it to work to share with everybody on a Friday just to see if other people like it, then write that down. You are taking small baby steps that allow you to just begin to use your most wonderful talents in a way that feels safe and small, and it doesn't require you to cash out your retirement, open a bakery, and move to Switzerland. So now you have it. We started out with my favorite colors, which showed you that we are always changing and growing. It showed you that what you needed yesterday was right at that time in your life, but it may not be right for you this time in your life. It also taught you that when you go through periods where you are changing to something new, it feels scary and it's uncomfortable and sometimes it's sad because you're no longer comfortable in old, but you don't feel quite safe in new. That's okay. You're going to get there. We started with colors, and honey, we ended with lemon pound cake. Ooh, and I really want some, don't you? But anyway, we ended with lemon pound cake to teach you something. You can make new choices today. You may never have openly said to yourself or anyone else that you think your lemon pound cake is the best, but you can start doing that today. You don't need to change the world or your entire life to start to share your gifts. You need only to listen in and then take tiny baby steps to see how wonderfully the world responds. Your gifts are meant to be shared. They're your legacy. It's what you leave behind. But more importantly, really, they're your door to freedom. Because when you share who you really are, that's when you feel the best. So listen, if you're going through some big transition right now, if you're wrestling with big decisions, if you're trying to figure out what's next for you in work, in relationships, in life, then start by listening in. Answer those 5 questions every day. Then you listen, don't think, and you write. And you'll be out sharing your lemon pound cake with the world and feeling better about it every day because you will be living your purpose. So now you got it. You got your 5 questions to help you find out who you are and what to do next.